What's up, fellow marksmen? Welcome to the very first video on the Real Double K channel. I'm the Real Double K, and I'm coming to you right now from the Purple Room of Doom with SummerSlam 2016 predictions. But unlike most YouTubers who put prediction videos up, every prediction that I get wrong comes with a consequence. And in this instance, that's my fiance, who you probably won't see because she's a teacher, has a real life, and schools check for this sort of things, will be taking hot molting wax, placing it somewhere on my body, somewhere appropriate because it is YouTube, and that video will be uploaded tomorrow more than likely, and ripping the hair from my body. So let's get started with the first match on the card: the Ascension, the Vaudevillains, and Breezango versus the Hype Bros, the Usos, and American Alpha. So I'm picking the heels in this instance, and let me tell you what. The tag division is new on SmackDown. We've seen American Alpha being built up as a dominant tag team. The Usos are always going to look strong because they're the Usos and they've been around forever. The Hype Bros, they're new. You've got two strong babyface teams. You need a strong heel team, and I think coming out of this one, the Ascension is finally going to be that team. Next up on the card, you've got the Dudley Boys versus the odd team of Neville and Sami Zayn. I like the idea of these two as a team. I don't think it's going to turn into anything. I think it's a reason to continue the build for Neville, who will probably enter the Cruiserweight division when it comes to Raw, and finally put Sami Zayn on the card because, let's face it, he's Sami Zayn, and SummerSlam needs him. And they're taking on the Dudley Boys, who are an established team. They're the most decorated tag team in wrestling history, even though the WWE is not acknowledging the fact they've held tag team titles everywhere. They're saying they're the 9-time WWE tag team champions, and they'll think they've got something like 30 tag titles between WCW, ECW, TNA, NWA, New Japan, and WWE. But I'm going Neville and Sami Zayn because Neville is really going to be a cornerstone of the Cruiserweight division when it comes to Raw, and Sami Zayn is Sami Zayn. You don't have him lose anymore. Come on, two stupid morons. Next up, we've got Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and what was supposed to be Adderall Eva Marie. Wellness policy fell in all red everything versus Carmella, Becky Lynch, and the returning Naomi, whose new gimmick is banana. Literally, yellow banana. Feel the glue. No, love you. It's kind of a cool gimmick, but it's a little weird. The fanny pack's awesome, though. Loving the fanny pack. Keep it up. Now, if you believe the rumors online, Nikki Bella is going to be the mystery partner, and I think that's a great thing. And I'll tell you why. You need an established heel on SmackDown in the women's division. You've got two really strong baby faces in Becky Lynch and Naomi. Carmella's going to get established. It's going to take a little time. Alexa Bliss is going to be a top heel in the women's division. Natalya doesn't feel like a heel to me. No matter how hard you're trying, I'm just not buying it. She's Natalya. We've seen her. She's the mother. She's the nurturer. And Nikki Bella can come back and say, look, you've forgotten about me completely. I was the women's revolution. I'm back. There's going to be a title on SmackDown eventually, and it's going to be mine. I'm picking the team of Natalya, Bliss, and Nikki Bella to go over on this one. Next up, we got Enzo and Cass, how you doing, versus Jericho, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. This may have been the hardest match for me to pick on the card because I'm not really sure whether Jericho is going to be a long-term team or not. But I'm picking them, and here's why. Enzo and Cass, as much as everybody loves them, as much as we'd love to see them win at Brooklyn in their hometown, I don't think they need the win. I don't. I think Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho need the win because if they're going to be a tag team, they need to be established. And even if they're not going to be a long-term tag team, Kevin Owens needs a win. Jericho, he's the kind of guy, he can wear loose. He's always going to be Chris Jericho. He's always going to be the first undisputed champion and the 9-time Intercontinental Champion. I think this one's for Kevin Owens. I'm probably going to be wrong. This is probably going to be the first time I get hair ripped out of my body. Jesus Christ. But I'm going with Jericho. Next up, John Cena, the face that runs the place, versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. This one is going to be good. It's going to be really good, and I'm going with AJ Styles because AJ is going to be the top heel on SmackDown. I would love for it to be Bray Wyatt. I would love for it Backlash, it to be whoever the WWE champion is versus Bray Wyatt. I don't think it's there yet. I think it's going to be AJ Styles versus the WWE champion for the WWE championship at Backlash. So I'm picking AJ Styles over John Cena, who again is a guy that doesn't need a win. He's always going to be a main event guy. He's always going to be viable. He's always going to be credible. AJ Styles. Next, Randy Orton versus the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. Next up, the first match of the Best of 7 series, Sheamus versus Cesaro, the Swiss Superman versus the Irish ass kicker. As much as I would love to see Cesaro sweep the Best of 7 and become a main event level player immediately on Monday Night Raw, Sheamus has done the job the last 3 weeks on Mondays. Twice to Cesaro and then to Sami Zayn thanks to Cesaro. He can't lose this match and still look credible. I'm picking him not just to win the first match, but to win the second match as well, and for Cesaro to have to make a comeback and fight from behind, and then establish himself as a main event player on Monday Night Raw and for the Universal title. But for SummerSlam, I'm picking Sheamus in what will probably be the most physical match of the night, more so than Brock and Randy. This match is going to be violent. Next up, the WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Day, defend against Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, maybe still called the Club, maybe called the Docs. By the way, Doc Gallows, nice. I am picking, after 365 days, I'm picking Gallows and Anderson to be the new WWE Tag Team Champions because, let's face it, at this point, the New Day don't need the titles anymore. Everybody online's heard that Big E's in line for a big singles push. Kofi and Woods will stay a tag team, maybe. Who knows? They'll maybe cruiserweight division, maybe break them up. Who knows? Anyways, they don't need the titles anymore. I really don't think they need to be the New Day anymore because at this point, any more, they'll just always be the New Day, which the New Day is great, but you've gone as far as you can with them. It's time for something new. Anderson and Gallo, new WWE Tag Team Champions. Next up is probably the most underrated, under-advertised match on the card, and it's for the Intercontinental Championship. You remember the Intercontinental Championship? Remember when Shawn and Bret and Austin and Rock and Perfect and Honky Tonk Man had the belt? This match should be built. It's the Intercontinental title. You've got a new era guy, Apollo Crews. He was a pretty high draft pick. I'm picking Apollo Crews. I think this is going to be the thing that finally establishes Apollo Crews because he never even really got it on NXT. He wasn't there very long. He had some nice matches with Tyler Breeze, but then he came to SmackDown, and since then, Apollo Crews over The Miz. Love The Miz as a heel champion, but you need something new, and it's Apollo Crews. Roman Reigns versus Rusev for the United States title is next. Now, even Roman Reigns, who apparently is the prodigal son of WWE, doesn't need 2 clean victories in a row over a guy who's been built as a dominant champion. I'm picking Rusev to retain the title, but Reigns to win by DQ. I think it has something to do with Lana. I don't think you need to job Rusev out twice in a row, make him look weak, completely undermine, again, him as United States champion like he did with Cena. I think he wins. I think he retains. Reigns wins by DQ, and then at the next pay-per-view for Raw, which I think may be Clash of the Champions, I think Roman takes the belt. But not now. Rusev at SummerSlam retains. Reigns wins by DQ. Next up is a match that I really think is going to steal the show, and I think it's going to be twice as amazing as the match they had on Raw with Charlotte against Sasha for the WWE Women's Championship. Anytime you put these two together, it's gold. Anytime you put them with anybody, it's good. But this is going to be great. It's going to be so much better than their match was on Raw. I hope this gets a good solid 15-20 minutes. Any crap involved. I want to see Sasha and Charlotte one-on-one a la Lita and Trish. And I think Sasha wins because you didn't put the belt on her for no reason. You're going to keep building her. You're going to have her be the cornerstone. She was supposed to, it was rumored to win the title at this pay-per-view anyways. So Sasha over Charlotte in a barn burner. Next up is the match for the WWE Championship. Dolph Ziggler against WWE Champion Dean Ambrose. Let's be honest. As much as we'd all love to see Ziggler win the big one finally. I think this match is going to be amazing. I think there's going to be a lot of false finishes, but I think Ambrose is going to retain. You had him beat Rollins, you had him beat Reign, you had him be the guy on SmackDown. He's going to stay the guy. I'm kind of thinking maybe Bray gets involved somehow, maybe, but I really think AJ is going to be the next guy to challenge for the title. Either way, picking Ambrose. And finally, we get a Universal Champion, whatever that is, in a match that's going to be banana. Seth Rollins, the architect, the guy, against the Demon, the longest reigning NXT champion in NXT history, Finn Balor. First of all, the Demon entrance, the Demon character, it's going to be twice as amazing as it was on Raw, because you gave it away on Raw to introduce the casual viewer. I get it. I didn't like it, but I get it. But you got to make it twice as special since you gave it away for free. And I'm picking Balor. And I mean, it's going to be awesome. It's Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. How can it not be? Balor becomes the first Universal Champion. That's it. SummerSlam 2016 predictions. If I'm wrong, believe me, you're going to know. You might even hear me screaming a little bit when she rips the hair out. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you watched it, hopefully you did. And hopefully you come back for more. Predictions, booking, wrestling, I love it. I love it. It's all I can remember from my childhood. The only thing that made me happy as a kid. And I really hope that some of you can find the same joy in these videos that I find in other people's videos, like Graham, Kid Behind a Camera, Angry Grandpa, etc. Thank you. Follow me on Twitter at @TheRealDouble_K. Like, review, subscribe, favorite, retweet, all that crap. Thank you. Hopefully I'm not wrong, because if I am, it's going to suck.